we stand for the United States of America. Welcome, everybody. How are you guys doing today? Oh my gosh, I think we've got a rally coming up, and let's hang out together tonight. I think I love doing these rallies with you, and guess what? Shady Groove is at this rally. He actually hooked up with Mac, who you've seen here in this chat before. He also hooked up with Lori Bango. So very interesting stuff, guys. We got some great Patriots out there. I'm just so excited. And that video right there was for the Republic.
They said,
let's go.
Charging forward. Boom, boom, boom.
All right, POTUS. So 7 minutes, POTUS said. Let's go in 7 minutes. So don't forget to like this channel, and let's spread it around if you can. If you guys like what we do here, spread it around. We really appreciate it. Let me get this POTUS picture off right there. And close that, and there it is. So look at the context there. Excuse me, 222. What's up, Mark? How you doing? God bless you. That's Mark 222-714 for the win. Prayers for you, brother. Hey, Space Cow, how you doing? Tenacity, welcome to the show. Lola Min, how are you doing? Remnant, boom, boom, boom. Yeah, we forgot to do that, didn't we? But this is more patriotic. This was the this video's got 60.6 thousand views. Awesome. Did you see this, guys? This guy right here with the Q shirt and Bikers for Trump. Our president retweeted that, guys. So basically, our president retweeted a 17-second video of a patriot wearing a "Where We Go One, We Go All" shirt with the number 17, along with the Bikers for Trump patriot, helping a World War II veteran get their seat. Amazing. Donald Trump knows. We're gonna ask who's gonna do it? I'll ask the Q. Let's ask the Q. I can't wait to ask the Q, actually. So there it is, and this is the tweet. Let's check out this tweet. This is amazing, guys. Let me just double check. This is I'm on my way. See you soon. And queued up, I think he did the gematria, and it says, this is what you've been waiting for, just something to that effect. But pretty amazing if you guys are following that gematria. But look at this, guys. Look at this. That guy looks familiar. I'm not sure if we know him or not, but wow. There's a World War II veteran. Get it? Where we go one, we go all 17 right there. Look at that, guys. Arizona. And our president of the United States just happened to retweet this. What do you think about that, folks? Press 17 if you think that's amazing. I mean, where's my 17? Let me get my 17. Boom, boom. Now you know how the delay is. A little bit delayed. And yes, Andy Social, the best is yet to come. Deplorable Proud, how are you? There's LK with the 17 red pills, friend. We've got Jennifer Chantel. How you doing, Jennifer? Coffee Crew Show is here. Born Deplorable. Jackie's here. Thank you. Oh my gosh, queued up. Poussin. And Stormy Joe Patriot is here. Yeah, let me do that for Stormy Joe. I'll throw it over to your Twitter, okay, brother? Let me get that over here and go to your Twitter, Stormy Joe, if you're available. I will do that. So on my way, see you soon. Guess where I was today, by the way? Do you guys know where I was? Anybody know where I went today? Oh my gosh. It was amazing, guys. Let me get right over here. Let me just let you guys watch that real quick. And I am going to get, I think, let's see, wait. There we go. Let me get over to Stormy Joe and get him on here. Stormy Joe was at the Daytona 500 history. I mean, that's amazing. Stormy. It's kind of weird not having Shady here, but he's having fun at the rally. He did just go ahead and text me, and let's see what he said here. He said, it's coming your way, brother. Shady went ahead and said, this is effing incredible. Wow. And you know what? I couldn't say it better. I've been to 2 of these rallies. Who here has been to a rally? Anybody? Anybody been to a rally? They're absolutely amazing. I've been to 2, and I want to go to like 50,000 more. It's almost like, it's funny because, I actually met the gentleman, the Black for Trump gentleman, who's amazing, by the way. Great patriot. He's been to like tons. Let me just double check this and go over here and wait for Stormy Joe to pop on in here. So in the meantime, I don't know if you saw this. This is Black, White, No Difference, episode 4, Donna Brazil, Hypocrisy, Joe Biden. I just got done with that show. And that's our friend Christian Supreme Make sure you get over there and check them out. They did a great job. This is a new idea. He's got his buddy Eric Thompson, knows nothing about Q, and they have really good conversations back and forth. And tonight they did a phenomenal job. Christian, you knocked it out of the park tonight. We watched the whole show with you. So there is the link to today's show. JT, what's up, buddy? Yep, we saw JT today. Jason I-70, how you doing, brother? 8 rallies, wow, and 1 town hall, 9 altogether for Jackie. Woo, I tell you, that's amazing. I don't know, that's pretty amazing. So, Joe, check your, Stormy, check your DM there. There's Jessie. I hung out with her today at Mar-a-Lago. I met some other people. Oh, let's go over this Q post. Did you guys see this? This will be my thread for all of Q posts for Tuesday, February 18, 2020. Ask the Q and more. Let's go. And look at that. That was me at 8:17, thanks to Tenacity right there. It was funny. We saw this video when it was like 100 views, and she threw it over to me, and I didn't have a chance to watch it because, you know, I get tired doing these shows because you guys take a lot out of me. Here's the link. It was 3873, and it's right here. Let's watch a little bit of it. What do you think? Here we go.
Toothpaste is new Pepsodent.
Stick better than any other Band-Aid.
So remember,
Hey, Joe, we're just checking out the video.
Tonight I'm going to
Let's watch
talk
a little
to you
bit of
about
it.
truth and about fairy tales, about justice and about injustice. In the months to follow,
I want to show the part right here, and then we'll just end this video early, and we'll come up to Stormy Joe Patriot.
So this segment right now is brought to you by the letter Q, specifically QAnon.
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 QAnon. QAnon.
QAnon. QAnon. QAnon.
QAnon.
QAnon.
QAnon.
QAnon.
QAnon.
QAnon.
Let me introduce you to QAnon. They wore shirts and signs emblazoned with only the letter Q.
Emblazoned with the letter Q. A fringe conspiracy theory group.
Broad and often bizarre, it's difficult
Vanderbilt.
to believe. There are people who actually believe this stuff.
It takes one conspiracy and puts them all together.
This is
Fringe.
This is insanity. This is all insane and incoherent.
So what is Q? What is QAnon? What's it all about?
I love this. Ask the Q. Who's going to ask the Q? What's your guess right now, guys? Drop in who you think is going to ask the Q. And let's welcome Stormy Patriot Joe. What's up, my brother? How you doing? Welcome.
Yeah, man. Good to be on.
So let us know. I mean, that tweet, you said, hey, I'm at the Daytona 500, retweet it. And I believe there was something really cool. We didn't hear it here because we had the different announcers. But what happened when they started? What happened?
So the track announcer, as POTUS is leaving the stage and going to get in the beast, the track announcer says, the stage is set.
Whoa. That's amazing. That's amazing. Andy Social says Pepe will ask her. Who do you think is going to ask the Q, by the way?
My thought has been the same thought for about 2 years, and it's probably a little out of the box, but I think Jimmy Acosta is going to ask.
Really? You think he's finally going to go, all right, I've had enough. Who's this Q? Because they're all trolling me. What do you think?
I think that we're going to see a lot of people that we have control over, and it's going to surprise a lot of people.
Yeah, I think so too. I think you're right. By the way, 487, welcome. Please hit a thumbs up. Welcome today. It's the 2/19, February 19th. It's the live President Donald Trump Keep America Great rally live in Phoenix with our own Shady Groove is there. Yes. Did you know that? You know Shady was there?
That's awesome.
Yeah. Let me go over to Shady, see if he posted any more pictures. Here he is right here. Nice shirt, right? There's the shirt. There's a Q on the front, and our POTUS retweeted that. What do you think of that?
Yeah, Don Jr. and then POTUS.
Don Jr. did too? Oh my gosh.
Don Jr. did first, and then POTUS on top of it.
Wow. And you can see the Q right there. He did have one. You can see the Q. This has got to be triggering. And you know this video, do you know how long the video was? It says 18 here, but it's really, I don't know if this is the right one. Yeah, it's 17 seconds, according to what I saw. Look at this.
The video plays for 17. There's, a second of dead space, but the video is 17, and Trump retweeted it at 7:17.
Wow. The numbers make so what do you think? Okay, so we've kind of been, you've been following us and we've been friends kind of here for a long time. And we're just waiting for Donald Trump to take the stage. I'm monitoring it, so stay tuned. When that goes on, we'll shut up and we'll watch the rally all together. But so what do you think of gematria? I mean, it's funny. I've never really looked into it before. I know you've kind of dabbled in it and whatnot, but I never really understood it until recently.
Yeah, a lot of things have been hitting. I've been looking at it for probably about 2 years and looking mostly at the military tweets and things of that nature. And yeah, definitely, you can go different ways with it, trying to find the phrases or just trying to find some more numbers. But I've been able to make really successful ties with a lot of the military tweets into what they're saying. And finding that it drops right into a lot of Q drops.
So are you doing timestamps or actually the gematria, like the capital letters dropping it into the gematrinator or something like that?
Yeah, a few different ways. All the capitals is one way. Another way, a lot of the military tweets, it has almost like a title to it where it's like kind of the first sentence and then it'll have a few spaces and then the rest of the story. Mm-hmm. So if you just kind of swipe that first sentence and put it into the gematria and then it look over at the Q post, a lot of them have been hitting that way. Okay. And I did like 4 of them in a row, and then the Army tweeted out a picture of 2 guys pushing a tank, and the title was "You Just Needed a Push."
Wow. That's amazing. I know we went over to the, it was really amazing. I don't know if I have it here, but let's go over to the Marines. I always looked at the Marines, and they've kind of talked to me, like, even because I'm dumb. So you know how they have the just the lines? They actually talk to me. Like sometimes it's got what it takes. Look at this. This is the Trinity. This is our Trinity, isn't it? Look at that. And then let's look at our outro pick. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that.
Yeah, so that's the sentence there on top if you pan up a little bit.
Yep, got what it takes.
Yep. What
did we get on this? Let's go look. This actually led us to Future Will Prove Past. And that led me to the Comey meme when he's like in the woods still because he's not out of the woods, right? And it had the Moab Pepe coming at him. And the Q post that you can barely read says, "Slam dunk charges." Again. So slam dunk, I Googled slam dunk for Comey. And 2013 article, Comey is slam dunk for the FBI. Yep. And he's 6 foot, 6'8" or something crazy like that?
Yeah.
So I thought that was very amazing. So I kind of answer to him what it is sometimes, right? Like, so this gematria, and we took every capital letter here. You see that? We took like G, W, I, T, C, A, R, F, I, I, M, E, F. You know what I'm saying? We took all that. And that's what we did. Pretty interesting. And the Grittata was queued up. Can you type in, do you remember what Grittata was? It was like learning or decoding. It was something like that. Very amazing. Dances with Squirrels, I did. I checked that. We're going to watch that and check it out. Q Patriot, we need to start a Twitter poll on which one will ask the question. Maybe they will feel challenged. I actually did drop the Twitter on that about, let me see, where did it go? And people are tagging everybody, like Jesse Waters and stuff like that. So I did one of those Ask the Q posts. So if you get in there, check it out. Joe.
See, that's why I'm thinking it might be Acosta, because if it comes from Hannity or from Jesse, everybody be crying set up. So I've had the lean about Acosta, and I've seen a lot of kind of signals that it's going to be Acosta. So that's my take.
Right. What if Matrix does it?
We do it every day, brother.
Dude, because look at what this is why we're the news. Look at these guys. Look at these clowns trying to interview POTUS. That should be us. We would ask them good questions. What do you think about that? I mean, look at these people.
That's a very telling painting. I retweeted that picture today too. It's all the clown show.
It's the clown show. Very well done. Look at this picture. Did you see this? Wow. That is beautiful. Now, was that it flying by you? I mean, what is that picture? Did he go that low?
So the airport sits right behind the stadium there. Well, that picture right there is actually when he came in. So he came in about 800 feet and kind of buzzed right by the crowd.
Wow.
And then the airport sits right behind the stadium, where there are no bleachers. So it's on the other side is where the airport is. But I tweeted out the video of him leaving. So if you go to my Twitter, it's about a minute and a half or so. It shows him going up the ramp and out, and then kind of a banking turn right by the stadium. It was sweet.
Gotcha. I'm going to drop your link in here too. If people aren't following you right here, go ahead and give him a follow real quick. So here we are on your Twitter right here. Which one are you looking at? Ask the Q. Here it is. There's the shirt, right? Where did you want to go?
I put it was it was late. I did it like late Sunday night. So
you tweet a lot. You're like Carly. I see a lot of top avatars. We are the news now. Nice. I'll go ahead. Let's retweet that. I should retweet yours too. That's amazing. Look at you. You're right there in the upper corner, by the way. There's Joe's. So who do we got here? We got pretty much everybody, man, that I know. There's about all of the guys right here that are in this room aren't on here, though. Where are you guys? Let's go. You guys are the news now. You are the news. We couldn't do this. This is my office today. Do you see this? Oh, I'm not sharing the screen. Do you want me to share the screen? Are you in a place where you could? Oh, yeah, you could. It'll still work. Hang on. Share the screen. I'm sorry. I'm a little. I'm not going to share the sound though, so you can see. That's what my office today was. That was awesome. All right, so I'm back on Stormy Joe. Where did you go? Yeah, you guys aren't the small blue dots. You guys need to be big dots because you guys are big dots to me. All right, here we go. Warm summer spring. Feel me dirty. Can you see where I'm at now? Can you see me scrolling?
Yeah.
There's D5. Nice. Look at that. That'll wake you up. Sad to see that the seats were pretty empty too, right? The second day?
Yeah, the second day.
And I'm still waiting on President Trump. We're waiting for him right now. Let's go ahead and listen to this. This was amazing, by the way. I want your thoughts on it.
Anonymous, I know a lot about the leakers. We know a lot. In fact, when I want to get something out to the press, I tell certain people, and it's amazing. It gets out there. But so far, I'm leaving it that way. I'll see you later. Thank you. See you in the plane.
Thank you.
What do you think of that?
Down with the microphone.
Stormy, what do you think of that?
Yeah, we couldn't hear it on the. I have my sound turned off over here, but I heard him saying it. Yeah, it's on. It's basically what he's saying right there. It's on.
So it's on. Like, that's us, right? Because he tells certain people and it gets out there.
Yep.
I mean, that's exactly what Q does. Q tells certain people and we get it out there, guys. You get it out there. Let me stop share and I'll share again with sound. That way, next time you can hear sound. Okay, and we're on your Twitter. Okay, there you go. All right, so that's amazing. I'm still scrolling down if you want to stop me. Oh, did you see this? What's your take on this? And by the way, if you take that Barack Obama signature and make it straight up and down, it looks like something that's pretty X-rated. Did you know that? Have you seen that?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, I mean, here, let's just take a look. Now imagine this signature. Just kind of turn it around, make the Obama, just zip. What does that look like to you? It's kind of gross. This is a family channel. All right. Anyways, but so the devil is in the details. Here's what the Obamacare did to job creation. Companies didn't want to be forced into paying for insurance, so they cut full-time. That's exactly what happened, and hired part-time workers. Because they said, oh, we'll only hire for 34 hours instead of 38 or 40. So people had to get multiple jobs. The number of jobs went up. Oh, but the actual workforce participation went down. That's brilliant. That's brilliant, dude. That's exactly what happened.
Well, my past life when I'm not doing anoning was in the benefits world for a couple decades. So I lived and breathed this and went through it all with talking with employers and talking with insurance companies, and I'm pretty much an expert in that field. So I lived it and I saw it every day, and I talked to these employers that had to make these decisions, and that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, I mean that's exactly what happened. We got the 17th district. Thinking sooner. I'm just kind of cruising that because if you're not following Stormy Patriot, I need to be watching you more because I don't see anybody. Do you ever see mine? I don't see you ever.
I have to go hunt and pack for people.
Right. Yeah, me too. Oh gosh, is this the wreck? Were you there? Is it? No, this isn't it.
The wreck was right in front.
That's it. You were right. That's your film.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's mine there. That's the wreck.
Here it comes. A lot of moving. Look out! Oh my
God! Wow.
So thank God. Prayers for everybody.
Yeah.
He walked out today with his family. He's fine.
Thank God. Wow. I saw that. And oh, by the way, the POTUS car, number 47, came in 17th place.
That's crazy. I was pulling for 17 at the end. He was right there on the final lap.
So was I. Is this you? Mitt Romney? Oh, Q+, dude. So you left Q+, you left the Q+ mark. Nice, buddy. Good job.
Yep. So got down to the track and put Q+ right on the finish line.
Nice, dude. That's awesome. Love it. What a great time. Look, were you down here? Look at that. Let's go check it out. You want to listen to this? Oh. Looks like, oh yeah, that's when you got there and you did the D5 with the 5.
This one's actually funny if you play this. I did
Which
a lot
one?
of Q.
This one?
Yeah, I get this one.
There's the D from D5. There's the blimp. There's the flag. Pit row. Let's go. Come on, boys. Roll out. Oh, Punisher. Oh, let me see that shirt.
Somebody was saying this, my shirt there, our shirt. Woo! Somebody was saying they saw Matrix shirts there.
I didn't see any other Q apparel.
Okay. Here we go. You did see a Punisher though. All right, we got 675 watching. Thank you for joining. Waiting on POTUS. This is Stormy Joe singing. Hear me say. Ain't
we okay?
But a good time. Come on, sing it, Joe.
No! He gave me the up and down. I wasn't sure if I was gonna get tackled. There's pit row.
Look how beautiful, man.
Hell yeah! Hello.
Boy, these QAnons are really mean. Listen to this guy saying hello and excuse me and laughing and singing. What's wrong with you?
It's like 1917 with this camera angle, isn't it? I should get an award. But a good time. Q+ was here yesterday. Good time.
Yeah, Space Cow, these damn QAnons, they're terrible people. Jeez. You're terrible. You're not very friendly.
What do you mean?
You're not very friendly. There he is, Stormy. There he is right there. My boy. That's awesome. What was it like when the Beast actually took the track? So give me a feeling what the crowd was like. How'd that go?
Yeah, it went really, really well. Everybody was pumped up. There wasn't any dissent or boos or anything. The crowd around me started chanting USA, USA, USA. That's awesome.
Wow, that is amazing.
And then right behind them came the rolling thunder of the real NASCAR. So it was just unbelievable sights and sounds and feelings. It was sick.
Yeah, when that start your engines and the planes came up from overhead. Oh my God,
yep.
The Thunderbirds.
Yep.
Amazing. Yep. There's that. Oh, look at a Patriot sent this. Look at this. That's it on the TV, LK. So by the way, LK Dark to Light was so kind and gave this to Shady and I as a gift, and we're so ever so appreciative. I was actually I got a haircut yesterday, and there was this little boy and a mom with a little boy and a little girl. The boy was probably about maybe 3, the terrible 3s, and the girl was in 1st grade or so, and she was kind of struggling with the little boy because he was bored, right? You know how little guys get. And I said, "Hey, buddy, you want to watch a video with me?" And he started saying, "Yeah." I said, "You like the flag? Oh yeah. Do you like puppies? Oh yeah." So we played the video for him, and then the sister came up, and he was like, they're all like locked in. The mom was locked in. The whole salon not salon, but haircut. Yeah, it was like a haircuttery. They all came over, and everybody watched this video together. It was so amazing.
Growing them young, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, and she's probably like, "Oh my God, what's this guy gonna do?" Because we're not very trusting of people anymore. But let me tell you, she was like very appreciative, after she saw that. So I mean, the little boy was cute, and that video right there, the first time I saw it, dude, I actually I didn't cry. You did. It wasn't me. I cried. Did you see this? Melania Trump receives a university's Women of Distinction Award amid pushback from students.
That's awesome.
That's our beautiful first lady, guys. God bless her.
Freaking angel.
Yeah. This was today. I mean, just recently. I mean, he's over here doing this, and then he's flying over here. How does this guy do it? Like, I'm exhausted from today already. How does he do it?
Dragon energy.
Dragon energy. Right? Look at this. This is Scavino. This is when he arrived in Palm Springs. Look at that. That's California, folks. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. Wow, right? And then there was the office for today. This was actually pretty cool. I was like, can you guys guess where it is? And, people kind of guessed there. Oh, look at this picture. That's awesome. Where am I? Oh, what's this? And what is this? Is the hope is within me? I think Poussant decoded that. Poussant, do you remember what that was? I think it was the hope is within me. That's actually part of his. I don't know if that's. It says Mar-a-Lago. I don't know if is that Trump's coat of arms? I'm not sure. Or is that Post's? Because it was a Post. The Post for Post Cereal owned it, and then E.F. Hutton. Very interesting. Oh, I like that. Look at that. All right, so yeah, that was my office today. Very interesting. I met George Lombardi. That was actually pretty amazing, guys. Stay tuned. Also, 75 years today. We're going to hear our president talk about it today. But let's just check this out real quick.
February 19th marks 75 years since the amphibious assault began on the island of Iwo Jima in the final year of World War II.
With a strategically important landing strip, the island of Iwo Jima represented a critical part of the Pacific island hopping campaign. In the days leading up to the land assault, the U.S. Navy and U.S. Army Air Corps conducted naval bombardments and air raids.
70,000 Marines, sailors, soldiers, airmen, and Coast Guardsmen swept onto the island on 19 February 1945. As 3 Marine divisions charged onto the island, it became evident that the enemy was well fortified in miles of underground tunnels.
On the 4th day, the battle for Iwo Jima became an iconic part of American history as Marines raised the flag atop Mount Suribachi. Years later, the hard-fought battle that was waged for 36 days would spur Admiral Chester Nimitz to remark that uncommon valor was a common virtue. This was made even more evident by the 22 Marines and 5 Navy corpsmen who earned the Medal of Honor for bravery during the battle.
We should all pause to remember and honor the legacy they forged as our nation pays tribute to our greatest generation. I want commanders across the force to hold a one-time commemoration that occurs within the 36 days of the Battle of Iwo Jima from 19 February to 26 March. Almar 02-20 describes how we will pause across the force and remember the service and sacrifices of our World War II veterans and their families.
The battlefields may change, but the spirit instilled in every Marine of every generation remains the same. The power of today's Navy Marine Corps team remains the same. We get there, we fight, and we win.
I believe that Secretary of the Navy Forrestal was right when he stated, "The raising of that flag on Suribachi means a Marine Corps for the next 500 years." We owe a debt of gratitude to all who serve and sacrifice. Thank you to all our World War II veterans. Semper Fidelis, Marines.
Semper Fidelis. Wow. Jennifer, we will show the rally as soon as POTUS comes on. We're waiting for him here. I don't use a channel like Fox or a channel like RSBN because they are, looking for. I wouldn't do that to them. I wouldn't do that to, all those channels because they are trying to stay. You know what I'm saying? So I used Donald J. Trump's. What do you think, Joe? What else you got?
Yeah, I'm gonna DM you the flyover. It's pretty freaking cool.
Did I post it? I think I posted it, didn't I? Hang on. I think I did. It's in my thread. There's the Ask the Q. I think I might have posted that in my NASCAR thread. Because you texted it to me, right?
You know what?
Oh, by the way, let's watch this real quick. This is hilarious. Ready?
May say Donald Trump is scared
All
as
right.
a cat.
Did you see Saul's that she did? Oh my gosh, look at this. You see this, Joe?
Oh, it's so fun.
Of the great American race, along with Jeff Gordon, Jamie McMurray, I'm Chris Myers, and nice to have you along with us for this special moment.
I have been to a lot of Daytona 500s, Chris. Never have I felt the excitement and energy. We've had great racing on the track, but we've got the president landing right now. The fans are pumped up. I mean, wow, what a day.
It's one of the most incredible things I've ever seen to see. They said that plane's 800 feet above the racetrack right now. What an entrance by the President of the United States.
He's the Grand Marshal. He'll give the command. Presidents, of course, have attended.
I mean, this is just an amazing time for America. Here, I've got yours right here. Let's start yours. Here we go.
States of America, Donald J. Trump, accompanied by First Lady of the United States, Melania Trump.
Daytona International Speedway, we love our country, and it's truly an honor to be with all of you at the great American race. Gentlemen, start your engines.
Wow.
There's the whole house.
That's wild, man. That's so loud there, man. How do you describe that? You know, did you have ear protection at all?
No. I set up high, so you know the track and everything wasn't that bad.
Okay.
So you sit up a little higher so you could see across the whole track.
Wow. Oh, the Air Force car. That's really cool.
Yeah, that was kind of like a point where, you know, everybody was giving POTUS static for he's spending tax dollars on trying to, you know, drive the car, the beast around the track. Well, hello, we've been spending tax dollars at NASCAR for years and years and years.
Oh my God! I mean, and now they're worried about cows burping, Stormy. So they're worried about
that's climate change.
That's climate change for you. I mean, what are these people doing, man? I want my POTUS to drive that car around. I'm okay with it. Press 45 if you guys are okay for the beast driving around the track. All right, here's a commie. Did you see this? This is the Soviet Union. He says, there's no deprivation over there, and people seemed happy. But millions died from starvation. This is what is going on. It says POTUS is on, I know, but I don't see it on yet.
Yeah, he's on.
So why aren't they going on here? Mm-hmm.
You know what? I think they were playing him in California.
Right. I don't think he's on yet. I don't think so, Cisco. I think that's a replay. Everybody's saying it's on, but I have his channel right here. And if could you imagine if his own channel didn't put him on when he was on? I think some head was a roll. Here we go.
No, I checked another site. He's not on yet, I don't think. I think they were just playing a clip from him in California today.
Right. He's on stage. Is he? Well, I can't play that music anyways. I got to get the Cappy music ready. Do you like that Cappy music? Is that pretty cool?
Yeah.
Our Kiwi Patriot did that. I mean, he went through that Cappy video and grabbed it and pieced it together. And I can't play RSBN, man. I'm sorry. I don't want to take their videos. He's on here too. Hold on, guys. Here we go. You guys okay now? You guys happy? Thank you. This is our president. Thank God. Thank you, guys. Thank you for understanding. I just can't play their music up yet. There is no link. The link is right here. You got it. You came to the right place. Are you guys happy now? I'm happy. Joe, you happy?
I'm always happy, but especially happy right now.
All right, here we go.
Hello, Phoenix.
Hello, Phoenix.
Great being here in the great state of Arizona with thousands of hard-working patriots who believe in God.
All right, so we'll just go mute and we'll see you guys in a little bit. If you want to hang with us, Joe, that's great. If not, just text me.
And with your help this November, we are going to defeat the radical socialist Democrats, and we are going to win Arizona in a landslide.
By the way, watch for Abracadabra and Magic Wand.
It's all over TV that the folks here tonight have helped a great World War II veteran into the arena.
Yeah. A few people did is who did.
I don't know if he knows it, but he's right now the hottest celebrity in the world. I don't know what's going on here. He might even be hotter than Trump right now, I have
Dude,
to
that's
say.
Q, guys.
Did you see the scene? No, he's all over television. Even fake news CNN had him on. But they say he's a legitimate great hero of World War II. Irvin Julian. Irvin, thank you. And I asked my son Don to get a couple of hats and get some things and give them to Erwin right now. And I want to thank you. Really, that's a great honor. And thank you for the great job you've done. An American patriot. Thank you very much. Thank you, Don. How did Don do tonight, okay? He's good guy, and he loves this country. So, this is truly an incredible time for America. We have the best economy, the most prosperous country that we've ever had, and the most powerful military anywhere in the world by far. You remember the good time we had a week ago at the State of the Union? You remember that, right? State of the Union. And that was my honor, but I proudly declared that we are in the midst of the great American comeback. Our country is stronger today than ever before. And after 3 years of very unfair and ridiculous witch hunts and partisan Democrat crusades, it was the radical left's pathetic
Got a little
attempts
issue
to
here. I'm gonna just
nullify
refresh
your
just to double check, make sure it's not on our side. Sorry, guys. Otherwise, it's on their side.
Radical left's pathetic
I'm fine.
attempts to nullify your ballots, poison our democracy, and overthrow our entire system of government. But guess what? They failed, and our poll numbers are higher today than they've ever been before.
5-5.
And we're standing up to the defense of our Constitution, our freedom, and democracy itself. We're doing something that's never been done in the history of our country. This movement has never taken place, nothing like it ever, and the fake news can attest to it, because if they thought I was saying the wrong thing, it'd be out there immediately. Be all over the place. It'd be all over the place. Trump exaggerates. That's terrible what he says. There has never been a movement like this. And it began very early. It began in 2016 with that wonderful, beautiful night. You remember that, right? That beautiful night in November. And we're going to have another beautiful night in November. And this time it's going to be November 3rd. Get ready, November 3rd. We're coming. We're coming. So we're having great polls. You're seeing the polls, except for some of the fake ones. And if I was treated fairly, meaning if you were treated fairly by the fake news, we'd be up 20 points higher in the polls. There wouldn't even be a competitive election. Unfortunately, it's probably going to be competitive, but I actually think we're going to win by a lot, just like we did last time. But I really believe we'd be up 20 points. I mean, all they do is negative, phony stuff. Russia, Russia, Russia. The impeachment hoax. That's a hoax. But you know, we had great support from the Republican Party. In the House, it was 197 to nothing. And in the Senate, it was 52.5 to a half. You know what the half was? A half-wit. And while the extreme left has been wasting America's time with the hoaxes, we've been killing
Did he say
terrorists,
shady?
creating jobs, raising wages, enacting fair trade deals, securing our border, and lifting up citizens of every race, color, religion, and creed. And by the way, they turned away 21,000 people outside, so feel very good. Feel very good. We haven't had an empty seat. You know what? We haven't had an empty seat. And this is a tribute to all of us, because this is a movement like nobody's ever seen. But we haven't had an empty seat since your great, and this is a great First Lady, came down the escalator with me in Trump Tower a long time ago. We haven't had an empty seat. From our rural communities to our inner cities, we're expanding the blessings of America to all of our citizens. We added another 225,000 new jobs last month alone. You saw that, the geniuses, you saw that. You saw that last month. They were doing predictions on one of the shows. What do you think? Well, I think 60,000. What do you think? I think 100,000. What do you think? I think 84,000. These are the ones that tell you all about how to invest. What do you think? And then they came out, 225,000, the market goes up again. 225,000.
A lot of numbers there, Joe.
So many manufacturing jobs, so many that frankly were never going to come back. Remember, you need a magic wand, right? They came back.
A lot of numbers there, Joe.
And remember this, we're paying interest. The past administration didn't pay interest. They pumped money in like it was candy. And
You dropped your magic wand you asked for.
We took money out. Not that I was happy about
Did he
that,
do it?
because I disagree with it, because frankly, if we kept the old practice, which frankly some people can dispute one way or the other, we would have been up, in my opinion, another 10,000 points in the Dow, and we've set 144 records
Yes, you did, sir.
on the stock market in 3 years, 144 records. 144 records, record stock market. And you know what that means? That's your 401ks are up 60, 70, 80, 90, 100%. No, guys come up to me, said, Mr. President, I just want to thank you. My wife used to look at me like I was a total loser, sir. Every year we lost money for years and years. She said, what the hell is wrong with you, Henry? And this year, sir, I'm up 92%. She loves me again. She thinks I'm a genius. 92% 401k. She thinks I'm a genius, sir. She loves me again. Shows what money can do, right? But that makes, and think of this, 7 million new jobs since we were elected. We were elected. And when I took
we got a little
over,
YouTube
ISIS
issues,
was
but
all
we've got
over
the sound
place.
perfect, so just bear with it. It's not on
We
my
have
end.
destroyed 100% of the ISIS caliphate. We have killed the founder and leader of ISIS. Al-Baghdadi is dead. And we just took out the world's top terrorist, Qasem Soleimani, ending his evil reign of terror forever. And the fake news doesn't want to tell you that. They don't want to tell you that. They don't want to tell you. In fact, you remember the dog, great dog Conan? When we took out, right? We love Conan. Conan's a tough dog. But when we took out al-Baghdadi, Conan, remember this? Conan got more publicity than President Trump. That's okay. They were looking for al-Baghdadi for 16 years. We found him and we took him out. And last week, we killed another one last week, the head of Al-Qaeda. He was gone, dead. And America is respected again, respected like never before. We're respected again. We're no longer the laughingstock that gets taken advantage by every country, including, by the way, our allies, who in many cases take a bigger advantage than our enemies. I will tell you that. They take big advantage, but not so much anymore. We're winning. We're winning like never before. Washington Democrats keep on losing their minds. They hate the fact that we're winning. We're winning big. We're winning, winning, winning. And that is why millions of registered Democrat voters are leaving their party to join our movement. They're joining our great Republican Party in droves. You see it all the time. I just spoke to some of your leaders. He said, this is unbelievable what's happening. This is unbelievable. You know, there have never been rallies like that. Sleepy Joe Biden the other day had 68 people. And now they have a new member of the crew, Mini Mike. Mini Mike. No boxes. We call them no boxes. And I hear he's getting pounded tonight. You know he's in a debate. I hear they're pounding him. He spent $500 million so far, and I think he has 15 points. It just came out. Hey, fake news, how many points does he have right now? 15? They won't tell you the truth. They won't tell you the truth. MSDNC. MSDNC is worse than CNN. They're owned by a company called Comcast. You can have Comcast, a bunch of phonies, but MSDNC is worse than CNN, and they're all pretty bad. No, they just came out with a poll. They just came out with a poll a little while ago. Mini Mike was at 15, and Crazy Bernie was at 31. That's a lot, and Mini Mike just spent $500 million. But the DNC is going to take it away from Bernie again, and that's okay because we don't care who the hell it is. We're going to win. We're going to win. We have to. But let me tell you, these crooked politicians, they really took away 3 years from us, because despite the fact, and nobody disputes it, that we've done more in 3 years with the tax cuts and regulation cuts and the military and the choice and everything. We've done more than any administration in history. We've done more, but think of it. Think of it. We did it with phony witch hunts. We did it with the impeachment hoax over our head the whole time. We did it under circumstances that should never, ever happen to another president again. True. But with your energy and enthusiasm this November, we're going to take back the House, we're going to hold the Senate, and we are going to keep the White House. So we're thrilled to be joined tonight by some of the best, greatest, I love them, leaders in America, Arizona leaders I want to start, come on up here, Governor Doug Ducey. Come on up here, Doug. Come on up here. Also, I call them warriors because they fought like hell. They worked with our future Speaker of the House, Kevin McCarthy. But we have some of your great warriors. Paul Gosar, come up here, Paul, come up here. Andy Biggs, head of the Freedom Caucus. Andy Biggs. David Schweikert, David, come up here. A big, big star. You know about that, Doug? She became this monster star. She looked with such indignation at the other side, such disgust. Debbie Lesko.
Let's go. Aww. If there's a Q on the back, I'm gonna freak.
He'll be running someday. You said your grandson. Wow. He'll be running someday. Arizona Senate President. You know who that is, right? Karen Fan. Come up, Karen. Arizona House Speaker Rusty Bowers. Vice President of the Navajo Nation, Myron Lizier. And Arizona Republican Party State Chair, Kelly Ward. Kelly Ward, come up. And we have a lot of other leaders, but we got to get back to speaking. Do me a favor, before I introduce a very special guest, I'd like to ask your great governor, you know, he won like by 16 points. It wasn't even a contest. And I'm very competitive. I want to beat him. Will you please get out to the polls so we can beat him? But he's tough to beat. Doug Ducey, say a couple of words, please.
Mr. President, we are going to keep Arizona red in 2020. We are going to return President Donald Trump and Vice President Mike Pence to the White House. We are going to return Martha McSally to the United States Senate. And we are going to keep our Republican majorities in our congressional delegation and our state chambers. Mr. President, thank you for what you have done for the cause of life. For what you have done for our economy and reducing regulations, and for what you have done for the United States Supreme Court. We're looking forward to working with you for 4 more years.
These are great people, great people. Thank you very much. So, you know, before I introduce somebody very important to all of us, to me, also I have to say with us tonight is a Arizona hockey great, a friend of mine. He's a great golfer, too. He's a tough golfer. I'll tell you, he's tough to beat. He's tough as hell. And if you beat him in golf, he'll try and beat you physically. He doesn't care. He was the toughest hockey player. You know, he was one of these guys, he could beat you one way, and if he couldn't, He just beat them up, right? He beat them up. And he's a friend of mine. He's a great guy, Jeremy Roenick. Where is he? Thank you, Jeremy. He's a winner. We're also joined by Donald Jr. and Kimberly, and they're great people. Great. And RNC co-chairman Tommy Hicks, and RNC finance chairman, also happens to own a team called the Chicago Cubs. I shouldn't tell you that. Todd Ricketts. Todd. So finally, it's my great honor to introduce a tremendous person, a great fighter pilot. A lot of people don't know that. She's a great fighter pilot. And a warrior Senate. She helped us so much during the impeachment hoax. She didn't wobble one bit. Martha McSally. You know, Martha's tough on the border. And she's working with me to strengthen our military still further and lower your prescription drug prices, and we're making a lot of progress. But her opponent, I have to say this, Martha, a guy named Mark Kelly. Even the Democrats don't like him much. He wants to raise your taxes, open your borders, give away free health care to illegal immigrants, and he wants to obliterate your Second Amendment. He wants to get rid of it. The radical liberal Democrats from California and Massachusetts, they're pouring money into Kelly's campaign because they know that he's a rubber stamp for crying Chuck Schumer, crying Chuck, and nervous Nancy Wacko Pelosi. And we're going to have a new speaker. But that's why Martha has my complete and total support and endorsement, and we have to all get out there and make sure that Martha McSally, she's a warrior. Let me tell you, you don't know, we don't know, people don't know people. This one is tough as hell, and that's what we need. Martha McSally.
Thank you, Mr. President. Welcome back to the great state of Arizona. Let's give it up. I just want to say I have a message for the liberal hack media in the back. Arizona is going to vote in November to keep America great and send President Trump back to the White House. And Mr. President, I want you to know I was right there on the floor in that amazing State of the Union address that you gave. It brought tears to my eyes at many places. You were honoring our veterans. You were reuniting families. It was extraordinary. But I heard your call. You said to put a bill on your desk that's going to lower prescription drug prices, and I'm going to introduce a bill next week to get that done, to help all Americans lower the cost of drugs. Arizona is on fire thanks to the leadership of President Trump with Governor Doug Ducey and the Republicans in the Senate and the House. People are living amazing. We are getting people off the sideline. The economy is doing so great. We have so much more to do, but there's so much at stake. My opponent said he would vote to convict and remove you from office and remove you from the 2020 ballot. What is that all about? And then he said last week that he would support Bernie Sanders if he's the nominee and his socialist agenda. So Arizona is tired of investigations. They're tired of obstruction. They don't want socialism. They love our freedoms. And Mark Kelly is flying on Bernie Sanders' wing, and I'm flying on your wing, President Trump, and we're going to win in November. God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Martha. Well, and she's right. How about that Congressman Al Green? We can't beat him, so we have to impeach him. How about that? That's not what our, as they call them, the founders. How many times did you hear the name the founders? That's not what the founders had in mind. But we're going to have a big, big election victory. We're working together. I don't think the Republican Party has ever been more unified than it is right now. I really don't believe so. So whatever you can do for Martha, we need her. She's been so incredible. Thank you very much, and thank you for everything, Martha. Appreciate it. Thank you. Together, we're building the world's most prosperous economy and the most inclusive society anywhere. We're inclusive.
All right, we got a little break in the stream here. I'm fine right now. They're having issues over there. Please stand by. I wanted to really quick just tell you about this Q post. This is Founders. Remember when D's and the fake news media and Fakewood pushed mass fear that POTUS would start World War III with North Korea? Peace. Pence on Korean Peninsula. No further missile tests or enrichment. Narrative created. Refusal to provide coverage of successes. Remember when the D's and the fake news media, Fakewood, pushed a stock market collapse if POTUS was elected? POTUS E plus policies, largest gains recorded in markets history. New narrative created. Refusal to provide coverage of successes. Use Fed to increase rates to counter growth and project POTUS blame. Remember when D's and the fake news media and Fakewood pushed complete economic collapse if POTUS was elected? POTUS election plus policies, lowest unemployment records in history, plus record of jobs and GDP growth. New narrative created. Refusal to provide coverage of successes. That's what we do here on the Matrix Groove Hour every day. Fight, fight, fight. Deploy racism and sexism and every other ism to counter political or potential black Hispanic population, popular support. Why do D's and fake news media Fakewood continually push impeach narrative if impeachment requires 2/3 of the Senate vote to enact odds of that? Why do they push this fake narrative to project a proposed supportable with evidence wrongdoing to their base confirmation bias? Accusations never supported by facts? Groupthink? The list goes on and on. Panic in D.C. Why? What was lost? Power of the purse? Commander-in-Chief of the United States of the military? Power to replace senior officials within crucial government position departments who can then replace senior, mid, low positions, trickle-down replacement? Power to appoint Supreme Court judges? What if HRC wanted appointed 2+ crooked Supreme Court judges? What if that happened? Last resort. Power to directly undo Hussein, previous EOs, which harmed greatly limited in the U.S. in many vital necessary ways. Power to rebuild the United States of America military back to a global superpower. China payoffs, bribe, money, failure. Power to enact laws by EO to combat and protect our people. Power to shift foreign policy, thereby reducing our enemies and ability to prosper and someday reign. Iran deal, Paris Accord, China trade, Syria, ... Power to declass crucial documents to provide the public with the truth. Transparency. Power to give back power to the people as intended by our founders, leaders of the free world. Bummer. Come on. Mods, Tenacity, is there another place to go read or go look at this? Please drop the link if you can. I'm gonna go do a little searching. Please stand by. Hello, let's see. Help, guys. Anybody? Mod? I'm trying to find it over here. I'm going to try to find an alternate stream, guys. It doesn't take donations because I don't do that.
President Bush.
I dropped it there.
8 years,
Got it.
it went to $450 more. Under President.
Got it, guys. We're back up. We're back in play. Thanks, Joe. I got PBS. And we can do PBS because it's federal.
A period of 8 years, it went to $975. Under President Donald J. Trump. Did you ever hear of him? In only 3 years, including regulation cuts and tax cuts, because the other ones raised taxes, we cut taxes. J. Trump, the record amount. You ever hear of him? It went to $10,000 in only 3 years.
Okay, we got two of them playing now. Hang on.
Cuts and tax cuts, because the other
This guy looks better. I don't know why they make him look like this over here. Look at that, Joe.
That's why I went to
I'm going to go back over here.
$1,000 per family. A record.
I can't do Fox, guys. Fox is getting really bad. Sorry.
That's why our consumer right now.
All right, let's get back to our bonus.
They're booming with cash. And that's one of the reasons our economy is doing so much better. China had the worst year in the last 67. States is doing great. We're doing the best we've ever done. The best we've ever done. To lift up forgotten communities that need investment. And these are really communities that need it the most. We created opportunity zones. We worked with Tim Scott, the great senator from South Carolina. His idea, he came in and saw me. I said, let's give it a shot. You know, nothing's worked over the years. But this has really worked. And now jobs and investment are now pouring into 168 newly designated opportunity zones right here in Arizona alone. From Apache to Navajo and Maricopa counties. We're supporting working families by fighting paid. We are doing a job with paid family leave. We're doing something that nobody's ever done to this extent. Reducing the cost of child care and giving 40 million American families an average of $2,200 in their pocket thanks to the Republican child tax credit. Our historic regulatory reduction campaign is restoring American liberty and cutting through job-killing red tape like nobody has ever cut regulations before. We've ended the war on American energy, lowering utility bills, reducing prices at the pump, and eliminating our reliance on hostile foreign suppliers. For the first time, America is now energy independent. Such beautiful words. Energy independent. We fought wars. We did everything we could. We used to take the straits and everybody else benefited. We'd keep them clear so that other countries could take oil from the Middle East. Nobody paid us. Now they're starting to pay us a lot of money, folks. They took advantage of us. But we have everything we need right now. We have made such progress in the last 3 years with pipelines. The Keystone Pipeline, Keystone XL, I approved it. The Dakota Access Pipeline, I approved it. 48,000 jobs. We're reversing decades of calamitous trade policies, the worst trade deals any human being has ever seen. I say, who made these deals? The worst, stupidest deals I've ever seen. They were good for other nations. If you like other nations, that's great. But we're now putting America first. It's very simple. For years, Washington politicians took money from lobbyists, global corporations, and really the most corrupt special interests anybody's ever seen, to ship our jobs and our factories to other countries. We lost our taxes, we lost our workers, we lost our companies, and we did nothing about it. Now, we've done a lot about it because companies are pouring back in. America lost 1 in 4 manufacturing jobs following the twin disasters of NAFTA, the worst deal ever made, worst trade deal ever made, and one that was almost as bad and gave China an entrance into being a rocket ship when they entered the World Trade, WTO, one of the worst deals that we participated in this. By the way, we just won $7.5 billion in a lawsuit with WTO. We weren't winning anything. We weren't winning anything, but they said, I think this guy's going to pull out. They treated us so unfairly. We were always in the minority position. I mean, who the hell negotiated these deals? But they look at us and they say, look, if we're not treated fairly, we're gone. All of a sudden, we're winning all these cases, but we just won $7.5 billion. $7.5 billion. Did you know that, Doug? $7.5 billion. But under this administration, the great betrayal is over. America is no longer for sale. America is no longer for sale. Those days are over. And 2 generations of politicians came and went promising to replace NAFTA. How many times have you heard we're going to replace NAFTA? Probably the #1 reason I ran for office. Are we glad I ran for office? I think so. You know, it's funny, I was watching the I find it fascinating. I'm watching the different returns coming in, and I'm watching as much as I can of this stuff. I love it. We all love it. If you don't love it, you're not going to do it very well. And the crazy New York Times, which was a dead newspaper when I ran it, was dead as a doornail. A month before I ran, Doug, I held up a New York Times. It was like what you get thrown in your face at a supermarket. It was like a thing. It just like flew away. There was nothing. And now it's doing very well. But you know what? Someday we won't be here. And when we're not, those papers are in big trouble. But this thing was a dead newspaper. But I was watching, and they had an article this weekend about people that
Was
spend
that
their own
a
money
QAnon
and how
sign?
they're doing. And they have Mini Mike has spent
Sign language?
$411 million. And it's a question mark. How's he going to? I tell you how he's going to do. He's probably not going to get the Democratic nomination. That's how he's going to do. But Mini Mike, $411. Then they had this idiot Steyer. We call him Impeachment Steyer. How did that work out, Steyer? He's another beauty. The guy worked. He spent $210 million. He got 1/3 of 1% in Iowa. And in New Hampshire, he did much better. He got less than 3%. Guy's in there for like $250 million. How did it work out, Steyer? You jerk. I never even heard of him. I never even heard of him. I turn on every time for years. I'm turning on impeach him. They don't even know why. They never say why. They don't have any reason. Impeach the president. This guy spent a fortune on this stuff. So it worked out pretty good. But anyway, so then I go and I look. So it has Mini Mike's question marks. You know, I can give you the answer, but right now they have to have question mark, right? Then they go down and they had other people. Some of them I like. They have Ross Perot, who honestly, you know, it was a tough day for Bush when he joined the campaign. Because Clinton didn't win. Ross Perot took away 19% of the votes. Didn't Clinton get 41 or 43%? So, you know, give me a break. But that's okay, whatever. But they had Ross Perot spent like $100 million, which is like probably double if you bring it up to today's dollars. And then they have different people. A friend of mine who ran, Steve Forbes, he ran twice, and he was in for a lot. And then they had Donald Trump. Now, this is your own money. So this is your own money. And I said, I'd spend a lot of money on my primaries. We'll see how the hell we do. It's amazing. Once you win, money comes in, like it comes in pretty fast. What's that all about? But so in the middle, they had Trump, and then they had 4 or 5 that were behind me. A lot of money spent. Loss, 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 loss. But in the middle, they have Donald Trump. And it didn't say 500 million, and it didn't say 250 like this Steyer guy. It didn't say, it said 70 million of my own money. I spent 70. And it said Donald Trump won the presidency of the United States. You know, my father would teach me, if you could spend less and win, that's better than spending a lot and winning. Crooked Hillary spent at least 3 times more than we did and lost. Crooked as hell. She's crooked as hell. We have a double-sided justice. It's very unfair what's going on. Very unfair, but let's see how it all works out, folks. Let's see how it all works out. I hope you're going to be happy. I hope you're going to be happy because there are a lot of dishonest slime balls out there. Dishonest scum. Dirty cops. A lot of dirty cops. And by the way, the FBI, those guys in that are incredible, but the ones on top, they were absolute scum. And what they were trying to do, if that happened to Obama or a Democrat, or especially a liberal Democrat, they'd be in jail for 50 years, and it would have taken place 2 years ago already. They spied on our campaign, remember that. And after they spied, we won. And then after we won, they tried to get us out of office. It's never happened before in the history of our country. And we can't let that happen. We can never, ever excuse it. We can never let them get away with that. Never let them get away with it. But we keep our promises and we work hard and our economy is great. And last month, we ended the NAFTA, look, you saw it, NAFTA catastrophe, and that's what it was. We ended that catastrophe. And again, I really ran because of NAFTA. I said, how stupid, all over the place in your state, but you go to New England, empty factories, empty buildings, still you have empty buildings. We lost so much. We lost 60,000 factories and plants. And I signed that brand new, beautiful U.S.-Mexico-Canada agreement into law. And the USMCA is a gigantic victory for farmers and ranchers and manufacturers all across the great state of Arizona. And you know, by the way, for people with the small farms and small businesses, if you love your children, you can now leave your companies, you can leave your farm, you can leave your ranch to your children, and you don't have to pay, they don't pay a death tax, they don't pay an inheritance tax. It's a big deal. That's a big deal. So if you love your children, it's good. If you don't love your children, it doesn't matter. Don't leave it to them if you don't love. If your children are no good to you, don't give them anything. Let them go out and work like hell. Now, if you love, does anybody in this incredible audience, man, this is a big building. Does anybody not love their children? Anybody? Do I have a hand? Do I have a, there's a hand. You gotta be kidding. You gotta be kidding. So then you don't care about the tax, okay? Don't worry about it. He says, no, I don't care about that one. That's good. You look like a nice guy, too. He's tough. You'd love to be his kid, wouldn't you? That's But I also took the strongest ever action to confront China's massive theft of American jobs, and our strategy worked. Last month, we signed a groundbreaking trade agreement with China that will defend our workers, protect our intellectual property, and boost American exports. China will invest $250 billion a year into the United States and buy our products and create jobs. Nothing like that has ever happened before. After years of building up other countries, we are finally rebuilding our country. That's the way we want it. We are finally putting our country first. We are putting America first. On no issue have Washington Democrats more thoroughly sold out the American people than immigration. You know it almost better than anybody. Anybody, Doug? You know it better than anybody what they've done in your border, but we're stopping that border. That border is clogged, and we've started the big wall right in Arizona. We built a lot of wall. That's a big one. That's a big one, top of the line. Before I came into office, the far left's policy of open borders allowed deadly drugs to flow freely into our country, poisoning our children, including, as you know very well, right here in Arizona. Washington Democrats put the needs of illegal immigrants before the well-being of American citizens. They want to let anyone from around the world simply walk across the border, and then they want to give them a lifetime of free welfare, health care, everything. They want to give them everything. For a long period of time, they were treated, and you know this, before I came, they were treated far better than our veterans were treated. Now our veterans are treated great. True. Illegal immigration costs Arizona taxpayers more than $2 billion every year. $2 billion you're paying. Nearly 20% of Arizona's annual budget in general funds goes toward this big problem. For the amount of money Washington Democrats want to spend supporting illegal immigrants, we could rebuild our cities all throughout America, which is what we should be doing. Under my administration, we are finally taking care of our own citizens. Including millions and millions of legal immigrants who follow our laws, pay their taxes, and are entitled to a government that protects their families and their communities. Every day, Democrats' open borders policies are harming and killing innocent lives. In Arizona alone last year, ICE officers arrested over 4,500 criminal aliens charged or convicted of dangerous offenses, including robbery, rape, and murder. Right here in Phoenix, an illegal alien chased a man through a parking lot and shot him in cold blood, then walked over to the victim and shot him 4 more times right in the face as he lay dying in the street. This savage animal had previously been deported after serving 6 years in prison. And you know, he was in prison 6 years. He was there 6 years, and nobody wants to talk about it. They want to protect him. Last year in Tucson, another illegal alien was sentenced to 10 years for repeatedly raping a vulnerable young woman. Yet left-wing politicians oppose all detention of illegal aliens, even convicted criminals, and they support deadly sanctuary cities that release these criminal aliens directly into America's communities. Thankfully, Arizona has banned sanctuary cities, and with a Republican majority in Congress, we will ban them in every state in America. And I'll tell you what, in California, I just left California. I started off with a speech in Nevada at 7:30 in the morning. I then went to California, made 2 speeches. I then went someplace else and met. I said, am I finished? No, you got to go to Arizona tonight and speak in front of like 25,000 people. And I said, that's okay. That's okay. I said, that's okay. No, I said, that's okay, because I love this unbelievable energy in this crowd. But you know what, honestly? There's tremendous energy in our nation. There's tremendous energy in our nation. Greatest nation in the world. Thanks to our tireless efforts to secure the border, we have reduced illegal border crossings for 8 straight months in a row, which will soon be a record. Illegal crossings are down 75% since last spring. The month of January saw the fewest illegal border crossings in 2 years, and we've ended catch and release, a horrible Democrat policy that we got terminated. Border Patrol, great people, have seized the largest amount of deadly narcotics ever recorded in the history of our country this year. And we've deported record numbers of gang members, including the worst gang of all, MS-13. Thousands and thousands of people have been thrown the hell out of our country. And we've done more to secure the border than any administration in history. We're building the wall, as I said, faster than ever, and it will soon be almost 1 new mile a day. We're looking for that. Washington Democrats have never been more extreme, taking cues from crazy Bernie Sanders. How's he doing tonight? 132 congressional Democrats have signed up for Bernie's healthcare takeover of the world. Think of this. 180 million Americans are going to lose healthcare coverage under this plan. But if you don't mind, I'm not going to criticize it tonight. Let them keep going, and I'll start talking about it about 2 weeks out from the election, okay? Because I don't want them to change. Please don't change. Same with the Green New Deal. I don't want to talk about it, Doug, tonight. I don't want to talk about it. You know, I came up with the name Pocahontas too early. But fortunately, she's self-destructed anyway. Did you ever see a phony like that? She's a phony. She lost because she couldn't keep it straight on her own heritage. She said she was an Indian. I said, I have more Indian blood in me than you have, and I have none. She said, oh, and she panicked. She panicked, and she had a test. You know the result. 1/124th. I think I win the bet. Somewhere along the line, I think I win. No, I did it too early. I would have saved it, but I guess it was effective. She's essentially gonzo, so one of those things. While the Socialist Democrats are trying to destroy American health care and your Social Security, my administration is protecting your Social Security, your Medicare, and is fighting to give you great health care, and that's what we're getting. That's right. One of the big secrets. The Democrats won't let us say it. They want to keep that as quiet as possible. Look what they gave you, the worst health care. And what we've done, we've gotten rid of things that nobody could believe that was so bad for you. Everybody was happy. We're defending your right to keep your doctor and plan of your choice. We're making health care better and much, much cheaper. While premiums more than doubled in the last 5 years before I took office, we are now offering plans that are up to 60% less expensive than they were, and it's better health care. A lot of people don't know this. People don't know this. They think that's their issue. It's not. They failed on health care. We're protecting people with pre-existing conditions, and we always will. And by the way, we're trying to get rid of Obamacare, but we're managing it incredibly. But we're trying to get rid so we can give you a great health care plan and protect pre-existing conditions. Remember that. We're trying to get rid of it. But while we're having it, we're managing it really much better than they did. Remember, they built the $5 billion website. Remember that? It was supposed to cost $5 million. It cost $5 billion. $5 billion. I mean, you could get a kid out of high school. I have a son. He's a young boy, 13. He uses a computer. He could have given them a health care site. I would say he would have charged them $100, Barron Trump. And it would have worked. He's so good. Hi, Dad. How you doing, Dad? How's it going? Bing, bong. I said, don't play with that while you're talking to me. Well, what's going on, Dad? These kids, you know, are incredible, all right? The kids, they make us look like babies with that, but he could have given you a great site for about $2. They spent $5 billion on a site that never worked. And by the way, speaking of that, how did they do with their vote count in Iowa? And I hear, I don't want to say it. I don't want to jinx them because, of course, I want them to do well, but I do, you know. We don't have anything. Nobody's running against us in so many states. It's just sort of nice. We can save the thunder, right? But, you know, I hear that in Nevada, I'm hearing bad things about their vote count. I hear a lot of bad things are happening, like they don't know what the hell they're doing. You know, I turned on the other night, Iowa. I wanted to see. And by the way, we set a record in the history of Iowa. We had more votes than anybody's ever had as an incumbent president. Same thing in New Hampshire. It's a good sign. It's a good sign. By a lot. By the way, by a lot. But I'm hearing that, and I hope this isn't the case, because, you know, I like to find out who the hell won. We still don't know who won in Iowa. I heard coming over here, they're still working on the count. No. Though he said, you won. Yeah, I think we did win. I think we did. Very good. That's very good. Now, I'll have to think of that one. That's very good. No, we did win. Look, we are winning. We're winning big. We have fake polls out there. These guys do fake polls. They're fake polls. I had a poll. It's just like it was in 2016. I'd hear these polls. I'd hear women didn't like me, and I did great with women. I hear everyone didn't like me. Nobody liked me. Nobody liked me. And then we won. Thank you, women. Nobody liked me. 2016. No, I hear that, you know, remember, women didn't like, and then at the end of it, he did great with women. He did great with this. He did great with everybody. We did great with everybody. Remember, 306 to 223. That's a slaughter. That's a slaughter. Remember they said he cannot get, they used the word path. There is no path, right, to 270. I was at 269 if I did great, but they said there's no chance. But I was at 269. So I went to Maine. I love Maine. I went to Maine. Maine's cut in half, and one Maine has won. I went there 4 or 5 times. People are great. I won it. And they were right. There is no path to 270, but there was a path to 306. These people. There is no path. That's right, Doug. They said there is no path. The fake news media. There is no path for Donald Trump. And then they said the evening of the election, it's going to be a really short night for Donald Trump. Thank God. We got rid of this guy because they did the exit polls going out, right? And I was even told. But a lot of people didn't want to talk about it. The highest number in history of people that said very nasty language, and I'm not going to use that name because they'll kill me if I use it, so I won't use it. It's a much better story if I use it because that's the truth. That's what they said. How did you vote? Now, usually they say, I voted for Clinton or I voted for Trump, right? How'd you vote? None of your business. See, I'm being nice, right? I'll keep it that way because otherwise we'll ruin the whole evening. His language is right. Even this tough guy in the front says, I agree. How did you vote? I don't want to tell you. How did you vote? None of your damn business. I'm not going to tell you. How did you vote? I'm not. And it was like this massive number, right? Massive. So everybody, they just didn't count that. So they said, numbers are looking unbelievably well for crooked Hillary Clinton. They're looking unbelievable. This is going to be a very short evening for Donald Trump. We finally will be rid of this guy. And then the numbers started coming in. The numbers started coming. And it started with the great state of Florida. Donald Trump has won the state of Florida. And then that beautiful convention center, the most beautiful stage I've ever seen. And they knew something was going on because they didn't pay the final payment for the fireworks 2 weeks before, right? In fact, I went to the fireworks company and I said, I'll give you 5 cents on the dollar for your fireworks. It's right. Even though they were nowhere near where my area was, we were at a hotel in Midtown. We liked the location better than where she chose. But they built the most. We remember that beautiful stage. It was shaped like the United States of America. And by the end, it didn't look too good. Did you ever see more unhappy people, right? So they go, Donald Trump has won the great state of Florida. They go, whoa, whoa, whoa. You know, they outspent me like 5-1. Only negative ads. You know, they were all negative. So by the time people got into the voters' booth, they only knew one thing. She hated Donald Trump. But they said, what the hell does she stand for? What does she do? Every ad was a negative ad. So it tells you negative ads, at least against me, aren't so good. They can be effective, but I think they spent like $2 billion on negative ads. Everything was negative. So nobody knew what the hell she spent. You know, her husband said she was going to lose. Her husband's a professional. Her husband said, you know, you better go to Michigan. Because I was there, and they got a Trump-Pence sign on every lawn I've ever seen. I've never seen. And you better go to Wisconsin, Hillary. You better go to Wisconsin. She said, no, we haven't lost Wisconsin in 36 years. No, no, Hillary, you got to go there. I'm telling you, I don't like what I said. No, what do you know? You know, he's a professional politician. She wasn't. It's one of those little problems in life. So then it came in. And then we won South Carolina. We won North Carolina. Right? And we were leading Pennsylvania by so much that if I lost, remember, 2% of the vote left. If I lost every single vote, I win by a lot. They refused, the fake news refused to call it. I kept saying, we won Pennsylvania, why don't they call it? It was very late in the evening when they called it because they're fake, they're crooked, they're fake. And I said, why don't they call Pennsylvania? But some beautiful things happened. And by the way, Ohio, we won by one of the largest margins ever. The great, great, great state of Ohio. Remember? Remember they used to say a year before the election, they said, well, nobody can win. Nobody, unless you win the great state of Ohio. And we won the great state of Ohio, and we won it big, and we knew we were going to win it, and now we're up a lot more than we were up even then. Because you know why? We're bringing back jobs, we're bringing back factories, everybody's working. Nobody's ever had a better year than we've been having, and we've been doing it for a long time, right, almost from the beginning. And don't let them try and take credit, because if they came in, we would have ended up in a massive recession, or worse, the D word, depression. We would have ended, because they were going to put more and more and more regulations on. And I'll tell you, maybe bigger than even the tax cuts, and I did it sooner, were the regulation cuts. We freed up our nation to go back to work. True. So then we won Wisconsin. And then we won Michigan because those companies, and now they're pouring back in, the auto companies are pouring back in, and Wisconsin's doing great with the farmers, and Canada was taking it. You know, Canada was charging our farmers 287% tariffs for dairy products, okay? So what happens is this. We're working on health care. We're fighting to stop surprise medical billing. I just signed an executive order imposing price transparency, because when providers are required to show their prices, those same prices fall very fast. We've approved a record number of affordable new generic drugs, which are just as good as the brand drugs, but they cost a tiny fraction. We've totally transformed veterans' health care, including getting long-sought VA choice and VA accountability, which they said could not be done. And we passed the spectacular right to try. So if you're in trouble, and I hope nobody in this massive arena is in trouble, but if you're in trouble, you can go and get whatever the new drug or whatever there were. We're the best doctors, best hospitals, best labs. You get it. And the luck we are having, we are saving so many lives. It's incredible what's happening. People would go to Europe. They'd go to Asia. If they had no money, they'd go home and die. Now they have the right to use our drugs before they're approved. Think of that, before they're approved. And we're very importantly combating the opioid epidemic, drug overdose deaths. The overdose deaths have declined for the first time in 34 years, and life expectancy is rising again in our nation. We've launched bold new initiatives combating kidney disease and Alzheimer's disease. We're making tremendous progress, and we're pursuing new advances in neonatal research. Think of that, neonatal research. The numbers are incredible. What's happened is incredible. To care for America's youngest patients and breaking all records in doing so. All of the radical Democrats in the presidential debates have declared their unlimited support for extreme late-term abortion, ripping babies straight from the mother's womb right up until the very moment of birth. That is why in my State of the Union I asked Congress to prohibit late-term abortion of babies because Republicans believe that every child is a sacred gift from God. The Democrat Party is the party of high taxes, high crime, open borders, late-term abortion, socialism, blatant corruption, and the total destruction of your Second Amendment. The Republican Party is the party of the American worker, the American family, the American dream, the Second Amendment, and the late, great Abraham Lincoln, right? Republicans are fighting for citizens from every background, every community, and every walk of life. We are the party of boundless optimism, excitement, energy, and enthusiasm. We have tremendous energy, tremendous energy. Everybody says to me, where do you get the energy? Because I love what we're doing. I see the results, and they're happening faster than you even think. You see the numbers. They're happening faster than you would even think. We are asking all Americans to join our incredible movement. We are the big tent. We are the big party. We are the party with big ideas for the future. Republicans are fighting for school choice because no parent should ever be forced to send their child to a failing government school. To keep our America, right? To keep our community safer and give former prisoners a second chance at life. There's been nothing like this. I passed criminal justice reform, not the Democrats. I did it with the Republicans, and this could not have been done by anybody but me and the Republican Party. The Democrats did not do it. They could never have done it. To uphold the rule of law, we have confirmed 218 federal judges who will interpret the Constitution as written. And this is a record. And as you know, I have nominated and we have confirmed two great new Supreme Court justices, Neil Gorsuch and Brett Kavanaugh. We have invested $2.2 trillion to rebuild the United States military, including nearly $200 million for Marine Corps Air Station Yuma. Right? I recognized Israel as the true capital and opened the American embassy in Jerusalem. We recognized Israel's sovereignty over the Golan Heights. They've been trying to get it for 52 years. And for years you watched as your politicians apologized for America. You saw that? They apologized. Now you have a president who is standing up for America, and we are standing up for the people of Arizona. At stake in our present battle is the survival of our nation. It is. This election is so important. It's the survival of our nation. If you want your children to inherit the blessings that generations of Americans have fought and died for to secure, then we must devote everything we have toward victory in November of 2020. You're the forgotten people no more. You're no longer the, right? No deplorables, right? No deplorables. Who knew that was going to turn out to be such a disaster? But you know, she used the worst word. What was the word she used? Irredeemables, right? I thought that was the problem. No, it was deplorable. So what the hell do I know about politics? She said, you're irredeemable and deplorable. I said, oh, that irredeemable's terrible. The next day, people are showing up women. I'm a deplorable. Only this way can we save the America we love and drain the Washington swamp, which is vicious, horrible, ugly, and evil. Much worse than I thought, but we're getting there, and not pleasant. A bunch of really bad people, very dishonest people. With your help, we will lift millions more of our citizens from welfare to work, from dependence to independence, and from poverty to prosperity. Together, we will elect a Republican Congress to create a fair, safe, sane, and lawful system of immigration. We will continue to enact trade deals that result in more products proudly stamped with those beautiful, beautiful words and phrase. I love the phrase, made in the USA. Made in the USA. We will achieve new breakthroughs in science and medicine, finding new cures for childhood cancer, and ending the AIDS epidemic in America within now 9 years. We started a year ago. Can you imagine that? We're doing that, and it's going to happen. Who would have thought we could have done that? We will land the first woman on the moon and become the first nation in the world to plant our flag on Mars. We will defend privacy, free speech, and you know this, you know it's under siege, religious liberty, and the right to keep and bear arms. We will defend it. It's under siege. It's under siege. You see it in Virginia. They want to take away the guns. Above all, we will never stop fighting for the sacred values that bind us together as one beautiful America. We support, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States. We stand with the incredible heroes of law enforcement. We believe in the dignity of work and the sanctity of life. We believe that faith and family, not government and bureaucracy, are the true American way. We believe that children should be taught to love our country, honor our history, and to always respect our great American flag. And we live by the words of our national motto, "In God we trust." From Tucson to Tombstone. Right? Do you agree, right? You agree, right? Look at him. He's agreeing. This guy, he's agreeing. No more censorship is right. No more evil, no more crimes. You're right. From Yuma to Mesa, and from Flagstaff to right here in Phoenix. We stand on the shoulders of red-blooded American patriots who poured their heart, sweat, and soul to secure our liberty and to defend our freedom. Arizona was founded by pioneers and prospectors, great prospectors, cowboys and miners, and ranchers who tamed the wilderness, braved the blazing sun, and it is hot here. I've been here during the summer, I want to tell you. It's seriously hot. Of course, didn't they say that President Clinton, when he went on the back of the plane, was here to play golf? It was 121 degrees that day. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. What do you think he was doing with the Attorney General? Remember, he said, "Oh, I just happened to see. I was here to play golf. It was 120 degrees out." I don't know. A lot of crooked stuff went on. I wonder what they talked about. I'm sure it wasn't that she would become a Supreme Court justice. I'm sure it wasn't that they were going to extend her tenure as Attorney General. She was a real beauty. I'm sure it wasn't. I'm sure it was nothing. They spent 45 minutes on the plane talking about golf and their grandchildren, right? Can't let it happen, folks. Can't let it happen. We can't let it happen. You fought the battles and helped make this the greatest nation ever to exist on the face of the earth. And we are making it greater every single day than ever before. Great, great, great citizens like you help build this country. And together we are taking back our country. We are returning power to you, the American people. With your help, your devotion, and with your drive, we are going to keep on working. We are going to keep on fighting, and we are going to keep on winning, winning, winning. Do you like winning? Because, not very long ago, you weren't winning. And I don't want you, I told this a few times during the campaign, haven't used it in a long time. But I don't want you going to your great governor. He's a great governor, Doug Ducey. I don't want you going to your governor saying, "Governor, governor, we just can't stand winning so much. Please go see the president in the Oval Office. Governor, the people of Arizona don't want to keep on winning. It's too much, Governor. It's not even fair to the rest of the planet. Please tell him, Governor Ducey, please tell him, President, the people of Arizona have won too much. We don't want to keep on winning." And I'll look at Doug Ducey, and I'll say, "Doug, I have a lot of respect for you, Doug. You won by 16 points. That means a lot. But, Doug, I don't care what you say. We're going to keep on winning, and we're going to win like never before. And the people of Arizona are going to love it." And he's going to say, "Thank you, Mr. President. I'm going back home." The fact is, we are one movement, one people, one family, and one glorious nation under God. America is thriving like never before. And ladies and gentlemen of Arizona, the best is yet to come. Right? That's right. Together we will make America wealthy again. We will make America strong again. We will make America proud again. We will make America safe again. And we will make America great again. Thank you very much. Thank you, Arizona. Thank you.
Wow, 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 Patriots. Wow, what an amazing rally. Joe, I don't know if you're here. Stormy, what's up? You dropped, real quick, you dropped this on Twitter. Look at the outside, folks, while we're just kind of checking out our president. Look at this, guys. Look at that.
Yeah, man, it's crazy.
Look at all those people. That'd be 5,000 to 10,000, give or take. Well, I don't know. It's hard to tell. That's what it was like in Florida, too. That was about how many were outside as well. But that's a big building there. I didn't look up how big it was, though. But did you see all the Q-proofs, man? I was dropping them kind of right and left there. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Every time you kind of said a word, I was like, oh, my gosh. Here's the AIDS. And this is important to look at, too. Make sure the list of resignations remains updated. Important. When does Big Pharma make money? Curing or containing cancer, AIDS, etc. Mind will be blown by the chain of command. This is it. HIV, AIDS, Chai, Clinton Foundation conflicts of interest, Chai discount pharmaceuticals to distribute abroad, Pharma Alliance, HRC. He even talked about me tonight there, Joe. Protect Democrats in high places, Democrats in pay. Bill, get the heck out of here. Joe doesn't want to talk to you. Hey, Joe. Oh, my God.
Back in the box, Bill.
This guy's crazy, right? But wow, what was your thoughts? Give me your thoughts on what you, how you thought this went. This amazing rally. I mean, come on.
Yeah, it was amazing. You were doing an awesome job connecting all the Q posts, and that's why people got to come into your live.
There's fist bumps. Did you see that?
Out. It's unbelievable.
Ooh, look at Qs. Look at all those Qs. Fist pumps. Look at the fist pumps. I'm sorry, I just had to go crazy there for a minute. Is Shady up there? Shady! Is he fist pumping you, my brother? Wow. Did you see all those fist pumps? He was doing this little Q thing. I mean, he was like, more fist pumps. There you go. And that's amazing too, because you look at the fist pumps. It's great. I like the winning as well. I want to kind of just watch him until he kind of gets out. But wow, what a show! That gentleman. We were just asking earlier this show. Weren't we asking about? I can't believe how he does it. He's like going, like he came from the California to here and spoke for 45 minutes at the other place and an hour and something here, give or take. What I mean, he's talked about his like people ask me how I do it. I'm like, I just asked you that, right?
Yeah, man, he's getting younger too. Every other president has gotten incredibly older in their first 4 years, and he looks like he's going backwards, right?
Yeah, he does. I mean, I'm gonna keep your eye out for Shady. Shady, where you at? Let's take a look at the people. I kind of see there's a 45. I'm just kind of trying to see if I can spot any cues. But what a great show. He's an amazing guy. Welcome to the Matrix Groove Hour, guys. We are, what is this? This is just the rally. We're not the Matrix Groove Hour right now. But I'm glad you guys came aboard. Thanks for coming. What else you guys want to talk about? What did you guys see? He did see did he say the magic wand?
Yeah, I did, brother.
Wow. And that was way up kind of forward, huh? Right? Like up here?
Yeah. It looked like it sounded like a different spot than he ever mentioned it. It seemed like a particular shout out that you were looking for.
That's amazing. So we could get a cue. We could get a cue on that because it was on the boards. And remember, we played the magic wand. Remember, you didn't build that. We played that because he's like, you can't bring jobs back in the GDP. Amazing. Cutter says thank you very much for doing this. So we can all watch together. God wins, Cisco lady. Don Jr. did too. LOL, says Jackie. Wow. Tarmac was dropped too. Yes, absolutely. Sparky, he didn't hear it. Michael, he does bloodlines, right? Very stable genius. Daddy, what's up, brother? Saving the Thunder. That's interesting, right? In the beginning, right? Love this group. Thank you, Linda. We love you. Iowa checking in. We got some big elections in Iowa, guys. Harold, I was told today that they're going to be focused on an Iowa candidate there because we got to get rid of some of these old established politicians. For example, we were talking about Ted Deutsch today in Parkland. He's been there for years. A lot of things happened on his watch in his district that we all know about. Isn't that right, Joe?
Amazing time, brother. Amazing.
Yeah. Wow. Oh, man. I just can't believe this was love you, Matrix and fam. Love you, Robin. I can't wait to hear Shady. So Shady was so, just excited. Did we get one? Was that your siren going off or my siren going off?
No.
Oh, rats. I'm waiting for a Q drop. Come on, Q. Give us a little something. But
it
anyway.
was interesting.
Yeah.
On the Q maps, and I'm like you. I don't really like the titles on the Q maps, but tonight it looks like they changed the title of the last Q map title, and it says "At the rally, chant who is Q." So it looked like somebody maybe directed that. I'm not sure.
Yeah, the guy that owns QMap. That's why. See,
Yep.
I love QMap. I check both. I use this one right here. Look at, you see how fast I was dropping sauce?
Yeah.
I have a good search here, and this is QAG.news. Here's no longer for sale. Remember, America is no longer for sale. Let's look at this. I mean, these are the Q posts that he was saying. Look at what's happening. Increase attacks, deplatform, shill infiltration, MSM, fake, MAGA, direct links to terrorism, acts of violence. That's what they're saying about us, right? Only demonstrates the validity. Why am I having a hard time? It's that beer I had. And close proximity to justice and pain. So look, everybody's getting attacked right now. We got a lot of Q people coming under your little trolls coming under your threads, and you're fighting with them, and you're only noticing they have 200 followers. They're trolls, guys. But this is a boomerang. It's happening. You are witnessing the largest organized disinformation campaign to ever be perpetrated on the public. Trust yourself. Be free in your thoughts. The Great Awakening. Return the power to the people. If somebody says, hey, don't follow Patriot Joe, go look for yourself. Demos, a little 5-5 huh? Yeah, there you go. Demos is the one that did that. We've gotten 3 5-5s on this show, Stormy.
Nice.
I know. It's almost like, are they really interacting with us? Look at this. All inside roads to China are being closed. America is no longer for sale. Do not look here, China. Dragonfly. Look here, Russia. Do not look here, China. Google in China. This is happening. And this is Feinstein right here. There she is in her little car in, what is that? What area was that again? I can't remember. Chongqing area. But look here's In God We Trust, White Squall. I dropped that as well. Here's another one I dropped. We're talking about Steyer. Look at Tom Steyer. Tom Steyer's not sleeping well these days. Attack a political opponent will not work. Justice is no longer blind to those with billions. Q. Another one here. Deletions. A warning to Steyer. Worldwide. Eyes on 38 of 350. Tracking. You didn't think common sense was simply coincidence, did you? Think email. Think 1776. But how did we know an article was going to be dropped later that night?
Beautiful.
Yeah. And then remember, you mentioned it too. I posted it a while ago. Walnut sauce email, right? With Steyer. So what else did we hear there that was interesting? This is the In God We Trust. And no longer for sale. Those were some great ones. What else did we hear there that was a pretty good?
You read the whole Founders take.
That's right. Yep. Yeah. During that thing, that the Founders was interesting, right? That was absolutely amazing. And this one's good too. This America No Longer for Sale. Thank you, Candace. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, Candace. You're amazing. So then we look back. Let's go to, so I'll go to QMap and check it out. But let me see that because I think it's interesting. QMap. Let's check that out. Ask the Q, it says. Right? Or did they change it back?
Let me refresh. Still says at the rally at mine. QMap.pub. Let me see. I'm going to refresh.
Yeah, they must have
Yep,
changed
it. Went back. It went back to Ask the Q.
Yeah.
But it did change to at the rally.
Yeah, they changed it back. So, it's interesting, too, because I started, like, in my sections, I was yelling, where we go one, we go all. But, so some other people did chant it as well, but you couldn't hear it in my section anyways. But it's so loud in there, it's hard to get a chant going. It really is. And you've been there. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, you were right up front at the Orlando.
Yeah, I shouted, "Do it, Q," and I kind of, knew where he would pause at different times during his speech, so I caught him in some quiet moments, and I really let it scream loud. I heard people who were watching on YouTube, and they said they heard me on the YouTube channels, but he kind of gave me a shy grin and winked at me one time. He really heard me for sure.
Right. And it was amazing to see all those fist pumps too. So wow, what a great time. Thank you. I mean, I think we're gonna wrap it up, but what a great day. It's 11:03 p.m. on the East Coast. It's February 19th, 2020, and we just saw an amazing rally. I can't wait to hear from what is D. Landry saying? Q post 3873 file folder icon vid vid has JFK and Trump. What is he talking about? Let's go look. We got this. This is the file folder archive. Here's the archive. Okay, so no, that's I think we got it, right? That's just the one, unless there's like a file folder down here. I don't know. I don't see it. I don't see what you mean, my brother. But maybe I'll check it out. And I don't have time to dig on it right now. But let's get out of here, Joe. Thank you for being with us today.
Oh, man, my pleasure. Anytime, brother.
Yeah, you've been amazing.
Awesome day today. Thanks
I know you
for giving me a chance to come back into the groove, into the Matrix, into it all.
Right, man. My pleasure. And, you've been amazing. Patriot, get over there. It's Stormy. Let me get your Twitter real quick for you, my brother, because people need to follow you. We had you on early in the show, didn't we? When did we have you on? That was a long time. We need to have you on again, but I know you work as well. Right? So,
Yep.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I know. That darn work thing gets in the way, doesn't it? Yeah. He said 121 degrees. I Googled it. So here's the Stormy. Let me get it over here. Stormy Patriot 21 on Twitter right here. There you go, my brother. Thanks for your take on the NASCAR as well. Boy, I'm getting tired. It might be this beer, though, too. But thanks for the NASCAR update. That was amazing that you made it there. I'm glad you did that. And congratulations on your Qs as well, my friend.
Yeah, man. And yeah, it was fun to see our profiles both in that last Q as well. So we kind of get like 1/127th of a Q on that last one, maybe.
Right. We were there. Do you see what time we were there? 8:17, my brother.
That's right.
I'm sure it's just a coincidence. And with that, we're going to get out of here, and we're going to go out for the Republic because we stand for our flag and more. Let's check it out. Thanks, Joe. For our Republic, everybody. New show coming. We stand together. We stand united. We stand for our flag. We stand for good. We stand for what is right. We stand for compassion. We stand for freedom. We stand for peace. We stand for liberty. We stand for justice. We stand for equality. We stand for prosperity for all. We stand for religious freedom. Where we go, when we go, all. We stand for human rights and we stand for life. We stand for each other. We stand for friendship. We stand for love. We stand for the United States of America. Much love.